I'm Ben Stockwell from the America East Conference. Today I'm joined by Maine standout women's basketball player Adrianna Smith. Adrianna, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, of course.
It's hard to believe we're only about 2 weeks from the start of the season. How have practices been going for your group so far?
Yeah, they've been really good. We were all here all of August, got to get used to each other. We have a big new group, I think 7 new people, which is the most that we've ever had since I've been here. But we have a lot of talent coming in, and it's really been exciting to see everyone get adjusted to our offense and really start to get going. So it's been great.
For you personally, how great is it to be back, from the summer on here and be fully participating and ready to go?
Yeah, it's the best. I feel like I've just been waiting ever since I got hurt, especially like watching team play last year, just waiting till I could be out there with my team and stuff. And yeah, it's just the best feeling ever. I'm just so grateful that I got the chance to come back and be here again. So
What was that experience for you like in trying to rehab and get yourself back and work through those tough days and just kind of, push forward?
yeah. It was definitely hard, but I mean, my teammates were there for me, like even on like days that sucked, like they knew it, they understood. And I mean, I've gone through this injury before, but it was completely different, like being away from my mom and my family, and this time but luckily I have my family here, like the coaches were always there for me. And they really let me keep like a leadership role, even though I wasn't on the court, which was really important to me to still be like so involved in what's going on, and I learned a lot just watching and having a different perspective for the game. So that was really helpful just to still be involved even though I couldn't be playing.
Yeah, I feel like every single game I see you up yelling on the bench and right up with everyone. What was that aspect in like, maybe how that is going to maybe help you going forward, having that year where you're just watching the game, you're watching a little more the way the coaches are watching because you're not thinking about, I need to get back in there. I mean, you are, but you know you can't.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it definitely helped me understand my coach's perspective a little bit more, like, not being able to be out there and make changes, and I feel like I understand more what they're talking about, and I'm able to just see the game from a different point of view, which really helps, like, make adjustments in the game, and I've learned, like, how other people on my team play, which has been really helpful for me coming back now and playing with them.
One kind of last question about your injury there. Was there anything that really kind of you relied on through this rehab process, whether it was some kind of messages or mantra, Bible verses, or a book or something that you kind of held on to with you through this process?
I would say leaning into my faith for sure was really important, that there was a plan, there's a reason this happened, and really just holding on to the timing of it. Like it sucked that I missed the whole season, but because it was the whole season, I get to come back. I get to have another year up here with like the best people that I've ever met, which really was like what kept me going, and that had this injury in high school too, and I know that if you put in the work and the time that you'll be back on the court. So just leaning on my past experience and focusing on the future, and but not like too much, but just knowing that I will get there eventually really helped me.
Now that you're back on the court, what excites you about the role that you have with the team this year?
Yeah. I think it's a different perspective for me. I'm the oldest one on the team, the most experienced. Like everyone that I came in with isn't here anymore. So this is like a completely new group. And I think it's a leadership role, but it's a little different because it's the experience that I have is the most on the team. Like my junior year when I was in a leadership role, I also had Anne, but she had more experience than me. So it's a little different being the one that people are coming to for like all types of stuff. But I'm really grateful that my team trusts me to come to me with stuff like that, and just being able to form connections with all of the new people that we have. Because like I said, we have a lot of new people with so much talent, and so just getting everyone adjusted and trying to help them learn the offense, because to me, I've been doing it for 5 years, so it's easy for me, but helping other people learn it and get comfortable in it.
Related to that, how is that on-court chemistry going since, you only have, two starters from last year and then yourself and only one person who started last year also started with you. How is that on-court chemistry going for you guys, but also the group as a whole?
Yeah, it's, going really well. I think, like I said, like, watching like, Sarah, I know how Sarah plays. I've watched her, a long time and all the times at practice and stuff, and we might not have, like, been on the court for a lot of minutes, but I've been watching her play, like, the whole 4 years that she's been here, and, like, Esta, the other one that started last year, we really took this summer and really, like, focused on playing with each other, feeling each other out because we hadn't really gotten those reps, but I feel like we're there now, and it has actually been kind of helpful to have a whole new like, basically a whole new group of 7 people, and Maddie and Amaya, who redshirted last year. That's, like, 9 people that didn't get on the court last year. We're kinda just taking it, like, one step at a time and working with each other, but it's going really well, and I feel really comfortable with where we are right now before the season starts.
With only a few, kind of starting spots taken for, and you said those 9 newcomers, how great has the intensity and just the competitiveness been in practice, knowing that people are feeling like they can play for spots and minutes, and there's nothing set in stone?
Yeah, it's been great. I think our compete every single practice is always there. And that's like what I love. Like basketball is meant to be competitive, meant to be played at a high level. And I think that's making us get better each and every practice is pushing each other in practice like all the time. Like I know like me, Lizzie Bailey, like we always push each other when we're guarding each other to like force different looks and just get better each and every practice.
You mentioned Lizzie and Bailey, both, 6'3" plus. How nice is it to not feel like you're always gonna have to be that person guarding all the fives this year?
It's great. It would be nice. It would be nice. Yeah. I mean, I'm used to it, but it's just great to have like height is great. Height is always great. But like playing them, like practicing guarding people that tall is really great. And being guarded by people that tall is really great for me too, just to practice that because unfortunately not everyone I play is a 5'10" post player. So yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned Maddie earlier. She also was out with an injury. What was that experience for you and maybe being able to, help her as you guys are going through a similar circumstance and her being in her first year with the program?
Yeah. Uh It was hard for sure. I think we had days where, like, it was hard, and it was hard for us, I think, in different ways, because she had just gotten here, you have all of that, like, "I'm so excited I'm here," and then you get injured, and that's really hard when you haven't, like, set your spot on the team or your place in the team, but we just worked through it together, had, like, really open conversations about, like, what we were feeling and stuff, and each game day, we would use that as, like, talking to each other about what's one positive thing that you did in rehab, like, today, and I remember, like, one time ours was, like, we went down the stairs without having to use the railing, and that was our game day good little piece, and, like, stuff like that, just making it, like, super positive and still being there for the team.
What's it been like playing for Coach Vachon and the rest of the staff at Maine?
Oh, the best thing ever, I mean, yeah, they're some of the best people I've ever met, I'm so grateful that, like, my path led me to come here. There's nowhere else I'd rather be, and that's why when I got hurt and Coach Amy said, like, "There's a spot for me next year if I wanna come back," and then she said, "Or if you don't wanna stay," and I was like, "Nah, I don't where I'm not going anywhere. If I'm gonna play college basketball again, it's going to be here." So, yeah, I've learned so much, and the way they were there for me, even before I got injured, just, like, being away from your family and all of that is hard and going through stuff, but once I got hurt, like, they were just there for me all the time, and they always have been, so, yeah, yeah.
Related to that, last time you got to play a game in the pit was your conference championship that you guys won. What is it about the pit and that just makes it such a tough place to play and makes it such a great home for you as the main women's basketball team?
It's our fans, for sure. I mean, they show up every single game, even when we put on not our best showing, that next home game, they're also there. They're also there cheering just as loud, um, no matter what, and it just means, like, the world to us having that kind of support, and, like, seeing a sold out crowd, especially I remember I was coming to one of our playoff games, and people were lined up outside before I had even got into the locker room, and I just remember feeling I was like, "Wow, like, people are really here for us, they're really cheering for us, they want this just as much, like, as we do, and they're so excited for us," and that just means a lot having the fans there every single game.
You guys opened the season this year with a tough home game against St. Joseph's, and then you
Mhm.
go on the road at NC State, VCU. What you think is your team's going to be mentality kind of going into these games with three tough opponents, two of which are on the road?
Yeah. I think what we always bring is compete, like, no matter what. We're rarely the biggest, most athletic, like, people usually don't always pick us to win in those, like, out of conference games, but we always go into it ready to fight, ready to compete. No matter even like when we played Indiana my junior year, even though they won, we made it difficult for them. We made it a fight, and that's what we can do, and we're gonna get better doing that, and that's what we wanna do, but, of course, we always go out there to win. We always go out there to, yeah, come home with a win, so
What can the fans expect from the main basketball team, kind of offensively and then, defensively this year?
yeah, I think a real focus on defense. We've really been focusing on that, turning it and using that to turn it into offense, and offensively just a lot of talent. I think we have a lot of different types of players this year, and I think it fans are really gonna like it and just be excited to see us all back out there, and it will be a new group, but I know the fans are gonna love these types of players and how hard they work and their fight.
Nice. What have you enjoyed about your experience at Maine as a whole, the university?
Yeah. I think the people in Maine are really like, it's unmatched, like, the type of community that we have, throughout every especially, like, in the athletic department, but also just, like, around the town and throughout the campus. There's just such good people that really care about you that I feel like is really hard to find in a university when you're just one of however many people at the university as a whole. Um, I think that has really been something that I valued, and it's why I really can't imagine myself anywhere else is just because of that, like, family culture and the environment that the university creates for its students.
Adriana, best of luck here with the last few weeks of training before you begin the season in a few weeks.
Thank you.